Hello viewers, and welcome to this evening's episode on Time with Your Banker and Financial Advisor. We are still discussing market conduct. And with me today is Welbeck, still of the Financial Stability Department of Bank of Ghana. Please don't go anywhere. Stay glued to your seat. We'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers, and thank you for watching Time with Your Banker and Financial Advisor. Antina, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Last week, we discussed market conduct, and with one of your colleagues, we looked at customers' complaints and how customers need to shop around when they are going in for financial services with the various financial institutions. Can you elaborate a little bit about market conduct?
Thank you very much, and good evening, viewers. Market conduct is an office in the Financial Stability Department, and it has been established to ensure that consumers know their rights and also to increase consumer awareness of what the rules and regulations are governing the financial institution. For Market Conduct Office, we do various activities in there. We do receive complaints. We do also ensure that if they have any understanding of any of our laws, they're able to call us. We also are always ready for them to confirm if there are any institutions that are licensed by Bank of Ghana. They can always call into the Office of Market Conduct and inquire about other institutions to ensure that, oh, this institution has been licensed or not.
Yeah, are there any specific laws, directive, guidelines, or regulations that the Bank of Ghana has issued to regulate market conduct of finance service providers?
Yes, there is. Bank of Ghana, as its mandate, aside looking at price stability, also has a mandate to ensure consumer rights are protected. So the foremost of our law is our Banks and Specialized Deposit Taking Act, which was passed in 2016 at 930. That empowers Bank of Ghana to set up other regulations, other rules, other directives for the protection of consumer rights. And some we've done since the passage of this act in 2016. One of them is our disclosure and product transparency directives, which ensures that consumers, when they are going for loans, both them and their institutions are going by certain norms to ensure that as both parties in that loan agreement, no one is taking advantage of the other. We also have our Consumer Recourse Directive, which has come to ensure that customers can freely come in and into their respective institutions to lodge complaints. The institutions also have to go through some guidance and some norms to ensure that they are receiving the complaints, they are resolving it also equitably. A recent law we've passed was the Borrowers and Lenders Act, which is just passed this year, last year, 2020, which is the Act 1052. That law has come to really empower both the financial institutions and also consumers in the area or the eco-space of lending. Today, if you're going to borrow, you are being protected as a consumer when you're putting down a collateral. At the same time, your loan agreement that you're signing on, that law has come to empower you as a consumer to be well informed about the loan agreement that you're also going in. We've also recently passed some other consumer protective directives in the area of dormant accounts. In the past, consumers, when they do set up accounts in the banks, for some reason they do forget about it, and with the monies in, banks or our SDIs at that point in the past were deciding on their own how to handle those funds. But with the passage of this unclaimed balances and dormant account directives, going forward, consumers will be protected in the area that all those monies that will be left in their dormant account. Now the financial institutions have some guidelines they have to follow to ensure the protection of those
guidelines. In what ways?
That directive has a lot of details, and very soon we'll be organizing consumer literacy on those guidelines. But I'll throw a little bit of light on that directive. But viewers should pay attention in our newspapers, on radios, in our WhatsApp messages that we'll be sending on literacy around these directives. Basically what we are asking is, when you do forget your account, for whatever reason, if you've traveled out of country or even as you're living here in Ghana, you do forget, the law says that after 2 years of you not doing any activity in that account, the bank should get in touch with you and beckon you that your account has been dormant. And there are some guidelines that the bank has to follow after that 2 years to ensure either they are reactivating the account for you, or if it's going to stay dormant, what steps the bank needs to take to also protect any funds that might be left in. And like I've said, we'll be conducting a lot of literacy around this directive, so consumers and viewers out there should watch out.
Yeah, Antina, typically if a customer has a complaint against any of the financial institutions, how do they go about it? Or how should they go about it?
Complaints is part of us as human beings. We always have an issue one way or the other with whatever it is that comes our way. So as Bank of Ghana, where it's in our interest to really ensure that consumers are being protected, per our consumer recourse mechanism, we've set up some guidelines. And the foremost is that consumers should be aware that lodging a complaint with an institution is free of charge. Whenever they walk into any institution, if someone is asking them to pay for before they're able to lodge a complaint, they should report to Bank of Ghana, because per our guidelines, it's supposed to be free. They also have the choice to lodge complaints in a language of their choice. So at that point, you're not restricted to speak English like I'm doing, but any language that you're comfortable in your local dialect, the financial institution where you're lodging the complaint, per our recourse mechanism guideline, are to make provisions for you to lodge that complaint in that language of your choice. In addition to that, we encourage customers or consumers to always lodge complaints in their respective institution. So as they walk in, the institution will receive their complaint. You give the institution 20 days to look at your complaint for you in resolution. If the complaint is a complex one, the recourse mechanism guideline allows for an extra 10 days on that resolution of that complaint. And once the complaint is resolved, the financial institution are to communicate likewise to you of the resolution of the complaint. For whatever reason, if you're not satisfied with the complaint, you have, per our recourse guideline, that prerogative to walk into Bank of Ghana or to call us to let us be aware of the dissatisfaction. Likewise, if Bank of Ghana looks at your complaint, we also go through the same 20-day process to look at your complaint for you. If your complaint is complex, you allow Bank of Ghana an extra also 10 days on that 20 days to also look into the complaint. At the end, if you're not satisfied with that complaint, the last level is a court, the law court, where you can take on to your complaint for it to be redressed. So these are all stipulated in our recourse mechanism guideline. And it's a guideline that is available to the public. It's on our website that you can also have access to.
So that means that the first 20 days, first 20 days after customer has lodged a complaint with any financial institution, that customer should expect a response. And if it is a bit complex, then they are given extra 10 days. So in totality, the customer has 30 days to just relax and see whether the institution can address that issue. 30 days. After the 30 days, if the customer is not satisfied, he can walk into Bank of Ghana, and Bank of Ghana also has another 30 days. Is that not it? To address the issues. If the customer is still not satisfied, the customer can go to the law courts. Is that not what you are saying?
That's well said, as you've explained. So we call it a 3-level process of resolution. First is your financial institution, the next level is Bank of Ghana, and the last level is the law court.
Yeah, but Ms. Na, from what you've indicated, can a customer come directly to Bank of Ghana to lodge a complaint?
Yes, a customer can come, but however, we encourage customers to go directly to their respective institutions to lodge their complaint. The reason being that your institution has a capability and resources to really look into your complaint first. And for us as Bank of Ghana, you can come, once you've gone through the recourse process with your institution, you're not satisfied, then you do come to us.
We have already indicated that a customer can come, first lodge complaint with the institution, can come to Bank of Ghana, and can seek redress with the law courts. Can a customer do both? Can he lodge a complaint with Bank of Ghana and also go to the courts for redress?
Per the recourse mechanism process we've set up in that guidelines, a customer cannot do both at the same time, meaning that you cannot bring your complaint to Bank of Ghana, let's say today, then just as you walked out of our premises, you take your complaint to court. Those two recourse governance are different. So all we're saying is, once you bring a complaint to Bank of Ghana, allow Bank of Ghana to go through the redress process to look at your complaint for you. If you are not satisfied with our redress process, that is when you would go to court, which is the last level of recourse procedures. If you happen to take it to court, then we would have to suspend our proceedings on your resolutions of your complaint. So clearly stated, its redress process on a complaint is separate. Once you are there, let the court handle your redress for you. And you cannot come back also to Bank of Ghana even once the court even has made a decision also on your complaint for you. Because the law court in every jurisdiction, and even including Ghana, is the highest authority on redress processes and procedures. So once you've gone to court, the court has made a decision on your case, you are not and cannot come to Bank of Ghana per also a recourse mechanism guideline to seek redress again in Bank of Ghana.
What if a customer, after going to court, way in the middle of the case, changes his mind and decides that he wants to come to Bank of Ghana for redress?
At that point, you'd have to suspend your court proceedings on the case that you've taken to court. Like I said earlier on, those two institutions that handles redress on issues are governance with its own separate powers. So once you go to the court and you want to come back to Bank of Ghana, then you have to suspend or withdraw your case in court and then come to Bank of Ghana for Bank of Ghana to solely handle your redress of your complaints for you.
So that means that if you go to court and you change your mind, you can come back to Bank of Ghana?
Only if you have withdrawn the case from the court, because you can't keep the case in court and still come to Bank of Ghana. Per our recourse mechanism, we would not accept such a complaint. We call it an inadmissible complaint. Only when you have withdrawn the case is when you can come back to Bank of Ghana.
So if you withdraw the case and come to Bank of Ghana, and you are not satisfied, can you still go back to court?
The law court is always available to assist every citizen of Ghana in redress of his complaint. So yes, at that point, when you come and you're satisfied with us, you can always go back to the court. And like I said earlier on, per our 3-level recourse proceedings, the law court is the last level. When you are not satisfied with our resolution on your case, you are able to go to court.
Can a customer bring complaints against a service provider at any time at all after occurrence of all the issues giving rise to the complaints?
Thank you for this question. Per our recourse mechanism guideline, there's a statutory limitation on complaints, meaning that if an incident happened which leads to a complaint, you have to lodge the complaint within 6 years of the incident happening. We really encourage our consumers out there that whenever you have a complaint with your financial institution, or there's something that your financial institution did not handle properly for you, please lodge your complaint immediately. Within you lodging your complaint immediately, it really helps in gathering information and resources to really help with redress of the complaint. If you wait too long, in most cases, some information or some resources might have been lost, because there is a data record retention around resources and also around issues that would have happened during which the incident occurred. So there is a 6-year limitation at which you have to lodge your complaint.
After 6 years, you can't lodge any complaint.
Per our recourse mechanism guideline, we've set it that after 6 years, you cannot lodge a complaint with the incident that happened with us or even with your institution. The reason being, like I said earlier on, when things are new, your complaint is very fresh and new, immediately within that space, resources, information are readily available to help with the redress. So it's very much easier when you lodge your complaint immediately. When you sit on your complaint for years, it gets stale. And sometimes some information or some resources that needs to be used to handle your complaint might not be readily available. It might have been archived. And going through archiving to retrieve information always takes some good time for information to come back to help with your resolution. So that's why we encourage customers that whenever you have an issue that leads to a complaint, please do lodge your complaint immediately.
Viewers, this discussion is very revealing. Don't go anywhere. We're taking a short break. We'll be right back. Ms. Welbeck, per our discussion so far, what advice do you have for consumers of financial institutions?
Thank you very much. So our financial consumers out there, what Bank of Ghana wants to let you be aware that kindly, whenever you go into your respective institutions, ensure to read and ensure to understand the terms and conditions on the product and services that you are seeking for. In addition, ask questions. Whatever you don't understand, you have the right to ask your institutions questions on that product and services that you're seeking for. Also, watch out for our financial literacy programs that we do put out on our social media platforms, in the graphics, and also other regulated bodies that also do offer financial education programs. All these are there to empower you to be more aware of the financial industry that you are enjoying all the products and services in there. We also lastly want you to be aware that whenever you have a complaint, know that you have the right to complain. Your complaint is free. You have the right to lodge your complaint in any language of your choice. And don't forget, always lodge your complaint early and also in your respective institution.
Can you tell us the channels for submission of complaints with Bank of Ghana?
Bank of Ghana has a very wonderful open door policy in receiving complaints. So for us, we have various channels where you can lodge your complaint. One is through our phone line, which is a 030-266-5005. We also do have an email where you can submit your complaint, which is a complaints with an S at the end, .office@bog.gov.gh. We also have a WhatsApp line now that we've set up for you also to lodge your complaints through it. And the number for the WhatsApp line is 0596912354 or 05015022270. And lastly, like I said earlier on, we have an open door policy. So you're always welcome to walk into the 7th floor of City House, which is adjacent to the British Council, to lodge your complaint. However, in this COVID-19 pandemic, we encourage you to use this non-face-to-face channels that we've stated earlier on, which is our phone lines. We have wonderful staff that are always ready to receive your calls and also admit in your complaint. Our emails, you're always monitoring them to also receive your complaints and also work through it. Our WhatsApp lines is always active for you also to submit your complaint. There's always a staff also monitoring that WhatsApp line. So we always encourage you to pass through these channels with your complaints. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on our show, Antina Welbeck.
Thank you for having me.
It's been wonderful having you here this evening with us. Viewers, this is where we'll end today's episode on Time with Your Banker and Financial Advisor. See you again same time next week. I'm your banker, Betty Ayi.